Hello everyone, in this video I will be covering how to scrape the eBay website and extract products data using Node.js and Puppeteer. This is part of my post on RyoPython community, which you can find in the description below. So here is the table of content of this article. We will start by taking a look at what is Puppeteer and why are we going to use it in this project. We will take a look at the prerequisites and what we need in order to start scraping data using Node.js and Puppeteer. Also, we will be setting up the Puppeteer project. Then we'll start navigating to the eBay website. Type something in the search and hit the search button. After navigating to this page, we will work on extracting each of these products data. We'll try to get maybe the name of the product, the image URL, the link to this page. We need to extract this as well. The price, the shipping price, and maybe the origin. Then we will work on navigating to different pages to scrape more data. So we can use this navigation as well, this pagination I mean, to scrape more data. Then we will be saving the data that we scrape into a CSV file in order to be used in different projects. If you prefer reading this article, you can skip this video and navigate to this link. I will be leaving the link of the article, as I said before, in the description below. Let's start by defining Puppeteer. Puppeteer is a popular Node.js library that is commonly used in web scraping and browser automation. What Puppeteer actually does is that it gives you something called a headless browser, which can simulate human actions like clicking buttons, typing into input fields, and in our case, extracting data. In order to start using Puppeteer, we will need to install Node.js in our device, which can be installed using this link. Then we will initialize our project using this command npm init-y. Then we will need to install two libraries, the Puppeteer main library and the objects to CSV library, which will be used later in turning our scraped data into a CSV file. Then we can create our index.js file, which will contain all the logic for this project. Now, after finishing setting up the project, we can now start writing our code. In the index.js file, we will start by requiring Puppeteer at the top of our module and create a new function called run, which will take, it is an async function that will take a search query parameter, which is going to simulate the word that we are going to use into searching eBays. In this case, there is shoes in the search. And then we will start writing our logic in this function. First, we'll start by initializing a browser, which can be used using the launch function in the Puppeteer class. And we are going to use something called the headless mode. The headless mode is just for us to see the browser simulating our actions so we can test it. Later in this article, when we finish, we will turn this headless mode on so we don't need to see what is going in the backend. Then we are going to create a new page object using browser.newPage function. After that, we will need to navigate into the eBay website by typing the URL into the goto function on the page object. This is the wait until property, which can have different values. Each of these values is indicating when to stop waiting for the page to navigate. So I'm using the DOM content loaded, which will stop the navigating process after everything in the DOM is loaded, because we need this DOM to select elements on the page. After that, to execute our search query, we will need to navigate into the main page in eBay's website. Hit F12 to open the dev tool. Click on the inspector at the top left and hover the search input field. If you can see here, the element is shown on the right. We need to search for a unique class name or an ID for this element, which we can find here. The ID is gh-ac. We need to copy that and do the same for the search. So you can see the search button have an ID equal to gh-button. Both of these classes can be used here to type our search query into the input field, then click on the button to navigate to the new page. After that, I'm using this wait for navigation function to wait for the new navigation to happen in order to start scraping our items. If we try to run the project now using node index.js, we'll see a browser open, navigate into the eBay, type the search, and then click on the search button. And it is waiting for us to extract all of this data. As I promised, we'll be scraping as much data as we can. So if we scroll down into this page, we'll see that we can change the items per page. This indicates how many items are shown for each page. If we hit 20 to 40, we'll see this query parameter is showing the number of items per page. If we change this to 120, there will be 120 items in each page. So we can actually start using this query parameter to scrape as much data as we can from a single page. Also, we can scrape multiple pages. If we hit like this, the second page, we'll see another query parameter, which is underscore pgn, which indicates the number of the page. We'll be using these two query parameters for our web scraping project. First, we create a function called extract items per page, which takes two parameters, the page object and the page number. What this function does is that it is reading the current page URL. It is converting it into a URL object, which can be manipulated into editing the query parameters that we spoke about before. So in this new URL variable that is holding the URL object, we can set the underscore IPG into 240 and the underscore BGN into the page number that we want to scrape. Then we can use the same function that we used before, which is page.goto, into the new URL that we need to navigate into. After that, we can start scraping the items. So first of all, we will need to use something called page evaluate. Page.evaluate is basically evaluating the page that you are seeing here. So we can write some DOM manipulation inside of this function. So first of all, we will need to find the class name for each item of each product. We can use the inspector at the top left and start hovering the div that contains the product itself. As you can see, this div has a class name of, I think it is this div maybe, yeah. This div has a class name of s-item, which I believe every item has the same class name. So we can use this class name in our code using the query selector all to select this class name, which is going to give us an array of all the items in the page. Next, we can use the map function to convert each item, each element into its data. So what data do we need to scrape? We need the title, the price, the link, the image URL, the status, is it used or brand new, the location of the object, and the shipping price. So we are going to extract each of these data using the item.query selector, and we are going to search for a selector that holds each of these data. Let's start by finding the title class name. We can use the inspector once again and hover the title. As you can see, this div has the class name of s-item double underscore title. You can do the same for the price. As you can see, s-item underscore price. We can use the same technique for all of this data to extract all of these class names. Then we convert each element into its corresponding object and return all the items from this function. Now the only thing remaining is to call this function different times with different page numbers. So first of all, I created a brand new array that is empty, and I will start to call this function with page number 1 and concat the results into our main array. I repeated this 3 times with different page numbers each time to scrape the first 3 pages of the eBay website. Now, to convert the scraped data into a CSV object, I have required the objects to CSV npm package that we installed earlier, and created a new function called save to CSV, which takes an array and converted into a CSV file in this directory. Now, if we call this function, we will get the results in this CSV file. If you look into the article, you'll see the results at the bottom. Here, you get the image, the link, the location, the price, the shipping, the status, and the title of each product. Now, let's test our application by typing node index.js into the terminal. The browser is now open. It is navigating into the website, executing the search query, scraping different pages, and it has created the data to CSV file and printed the output into the console. You can see each object contains the same properties but with different data, and it is scraped about, I think, 700 data. Now we would need to wrap everything up by closing the browser. So we can add a wait browser.close at the end to close the browser after finishing. Also, as I mentioned before, there's no need to make the headless mode false, so we can get it back to true. So if I run now, if I run now, the browser won't show up. The UI isn't showing, but the browser is running in the background. So this actually saves some space and time, and it increases the performance. So as you can see, the data still getting scraped. So I think this is the end of our video. We learned how to set up the Puppeteer to navigate different web pages, extract data from the eBay website, handle pagination for multiple pages, and save the scraped data into a CSV file. If you like this video and you are interested in joining other web scraping experts like myself, please join the community with me, link in the description. See you.